Senator Whish-Wilson.
Thank you, Acting Deputy President. I thank Senator Pocock for bringing forward this motion and acknowledge that the Senate has just passed a motion for a references inquiry into these job cuts at CSIRO, and it's a very important opportunity for us to get to the bottom of how CSIRO got to a point where it had to not only retrench 850 workers recently, but also the targeted job cuts of 350 scientists and researchers across the organisation. My home state of Tasmania, we have about 400 staff at CSIRO in Hobart. They're absolutely critical to our community down there, to our economy and to our reputation as a global science hub. And this is not my first rodeo on this, Acting Deputy President. I chaired a select committee in 2016 into the LNP's attempt to cut 350 jobs at CSIRO. And in that case, we worked out something that's really important and very relevant to this situation. That is public good science, that is science that should be funded by the public, not commercialised or monetised, is the first science to go when we see these restructures and retrenchments. And CSIRO back then, the witness evidence we got was very clear that there was an attempt to try and monetise science across CSIRO. Individual researchers, including climate researchers, ocean researchers, environment researchers, water researchers, who are doing this important public good science, dealing with some of the greatest challenges of our time, were told by their division heads they had to go out and find revenue to justify their existence. And what have we found out already out of the 350 science cuts? We found out last Friday, Minister Eyre confirmed, they're going to be in the Environmental Research Unit, which is oceans, atmosphere and climate, water and nature, public good science. 150 jobs out of the 350 are going to come from public good science and from the Environment Research Unit. And sadly, most of the 400 scientists in Tasmania are from the Environmental Research Unit. So you do the maths. We cannot afford to lose those jobs in Tasmania. We can't afford to lose science jobs anywhere in this country. Science is under siege globally, and there's never been a more important time for this country to show that we value science and scientists by investing in scientific research. And I support scientific research for commercial applications in agriculture, in AI, across a whole range of different areas that we do need more in R&D and more innovation. And CSIRO has got a great record in doing that. That's why we've got Wi-Fi. That's why we've got lots of other inventions. It's come from research from CSIRO. But we cannot target and defund public good science at a time when it's most critically needed. So we need to find out, how did CSIRO get to a point where they ran out of money and had to sack scientists? The last thing, Acting President,
Senator Whish-Wilson.